Okay. Testing, testing. 1, 2. Let's see if my audio is just seeping through. Let's have a look. No. I would like to go to me. Let's just test this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2. Yep. Okay, I can hear myself. Brilliant. Okay, hopefully that doesn't come through. Okay, so let's do this. It's a cold freaking day. Why not? Okay. Humans. Yeah, I'll try and leave this on the fucking channel if possible. But hello, everyone. This is going to be a stream because it's snowing outside and I can't be asked to get cold. I thought, screw it. Why not try and get myself live for once and try to have a bit of fun world building? If anyone has questions about the world, they can come tell me and say it in the chat, and I can try and answer it as best as possible as I'm trying to write it myself. I would have streamed it, but it wouldn't let me at all, which is really annoying because I would have loved to have actually shown what I'm writing as I'm writing it, because it gives it a bit more perspective for you guys to actually witness this at the same time. But hey ho, that's just the way we're going for it. Anyway, so a little bit of a backtrack. I'm currently trying to write I'm doing all of this on World Anvil. So when all of it is up and open, I will give a link to the instance, I think they're called, the instance website where they allow you to see these things. But at the moment, obviously nothing's ready because I'm only just starting to write this out. I've got 13 different pages I have got started, but I'm only on one right now. I've done a little bit of a tweak starting into the second one, but I need to just press on with this. So I'm on the humans at the moment, and I've just done a bit of the human biology behind them because they won't be completely the same as us. They are actually going to be a bit stronger than we are because their gravitational pull in Avanor's land is actually 1.25 G. So that's actually 25% stronger gravitational pull than what we have on our planet because ours is only 1 G. So trying to go down the anatomy and the way it all sinks in, they're going to have stronger muscles, they're going to have more struggles with, like, if you're a baby, you're going to have to stand up, because with us, we develop that naturally because it's just an even 1G. But as a baby, having a heavier gravitational pull could technically cause injuries. It's like, okay, how do you get around that? Technically, already in our world, we have this solution. Everyone will remember one of these. It's a kind of circular wheel. It's like a wheeled holder that you put your baby in. It's got a seat in it. It's got a bit of slack so they can hold themselves up by their own 2 feet. And it just lets them walk around with what they can do with their feet at that time in present. And for me, because babies at a 1.25 gravitational pull would struggle with this with very undeveloped legs, I thought that those can actually prove a bigger purpose than just something to allow our babies in our world to just venture. It's to actually allow them to gain the muscle they need in their legs to actually take their first steps. So what have I done? I've made them that those holders, I do not know what they're called. If someone knows what they're called, please type it to me because that has been bugging me. So they are going to be made out of metals, but it's nothing super drastic. It's just a bit of copper because copper is strong, especially in pipe form. They are strong. And for something as small as a baby, I think it serves the purpose naturally, and I think it's better. Humans, upon an average lifespan, they go up to 80 years from birth. That's quite good. Anything higher, fucking congratulations. You're still able to play with Lego and nearly be 100. Like, hey ho. Average height. This is one I had to tinker with a bit. I think, upon my personal tastes, humans have the average of 6 foot height, up to 7 foot. And I have a reason for that. Stronger gravitational pull requires stronger bones and muscles. So, in the strength of their muscles being a lot more punished and more resilient, with their bones being up to like 2 or 3 centimeters thicker, they would require more body so it doesn't look odd. So, adding the height to make them a bigger target for what enemies they may have to face, they are also resilient, as in they have more strength to actually hold themselves up, which has sealed the deal for me because it just makes it with one trait with a flaw. Yes, they have stronger bones, but they are a bigger target, which just makes the whole thing a million times better. I've only got about 2 paragraphs of this right now, and I've only got 1 paragraph for muscles and organs, and another paragraph for the skeleton structure. Because for them, with a bigger body, you need a bit of a bigger heart and bigger lungs. You need more oxygen to go around your system. So the heart is no longer here, it is dead center. And this is actually the strongest part of the rib cage. So it's more width to the bones. So that's rib cage is going to be a crap ton stronger. So now that would be a shield. So it makes sense for the heart to be in the center. The lungs are about 5%, maybe 10% larger than our own because they have bigger bodies. They require more oxygen to pump all that blood through the body to get all those muscles working overtime. Like, it's all just settling in and it's starting to make a lot more sense. With the skeletal structure, because their bones and muscles are thicker, they're a lot more resilient to blunt trauma. So punches or like someone whacks them with a wooden pole, 70% of that would be absorbed because obviously yes, the skin will feel it and it will hurt. That's the 30%. But the 70% is that it won't cause a lot of damage. Like the bones won't break that easily because obviously they're thicker and a lot more tighter and stronger muscles to protect them. So they're more resilient. They are more, what's the words? They can prolong what they are doing. There we go. That's the right words I'm trying to explain. They can prolong what they're doing. They could be running for ages. They may have fallen down. Just bang. Okay, I feel the pain there, but I'm not injured. Go. That's it. And that's how it works. The one thing I'm really wanting to do upon humans, which I'm not 100% sure on, it's kind of wondering what prompt to do next. Because if you don't know what WorldAnvil is, it's a website that allows you to create your world in website style format, like Dungeons and Dragons text formats. And it allows you to link between one thing to the next, yada, yada, yada. And you can put pictures in and everything. Pictures are later. Pictures are a later state. As long as I've got these written down, I'm completely happy about it. But as the time comes, I'm tempted to stick to, I think gender ideals would be a very good one. Because it's a fantasy world and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. Because I do have another tab that says social structure, but I haven't done anything for that yet. I did have something, but it didn't feel correct because I was explaining about a crap ton of like different traditions and festivals. I'm like, I might want to hold on to that till a little bit later. But I think civilization and culture for like relationship ideals for how the two genders do their own things, that definitely fits the style a lot more to me than explaining festivals at the moment. Like, let me just have a look at articles at the moment. Generic, building, character, country, item, geography, god, deity, military, organization, religion, species, vehicle, settlement, condition, conflict, document, culture, ethnicity, language, material, military formation, myth, natural law, plot, profession, technology, spell, title, prose. I think that says tradition and session report. Okay, tradition. That's definitely going to be a whole massive subcategory then. So I don't need to write traditions down. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Right. Okay, I could do traditions differently. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I know I'm probably just rambling to a camera and a microphone and no one's going to watch it, but hey ho, at least I'm having something to get it off my head. Because the more I ramble, the more ideas appear, which is the dangerous part. Because I've developed this whole world with only a few people knowing behind the scenes, but the rest of it is just me rambling to myself and discussing it with myself like I've got a mirror here. So I'm explaining it to the ether and I'm having the ether like reply back to me with like a spark of an idea or something. So what to do? What to do? Right, okay. What I will do actually. So I need to get social structure. So get rid of that one and put gender ideals in. Click done. I will go. I wish I could stream this onto this. Like, it would be absolutely. Oh, wait, can I? Oh my god. I think I can. We are in business. Oh my god, we are in business. Right. That makes things a million times easier. Can I move my camera anywhere? No, I can't. Okay. Right. Brilliant. So, get rid of this. We do not want this. Okie doke. Oh, I wish I knew about that button earlier. Oh my god. That would have been so much fucking use. But anyway, so just gonna pour myself a drink out of camera. You didn't hear a thing. Anyway, so here's what I've got so far. Now I can actually present it to you. I've got human biology with the muscular and organs, and then the skeleton structure. And now we're going to go into the gender ideal. So I'll go more life. And then we'll go team. Yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah. We'll keep it. We'll keep that as is. Because obviously this is a bit of a sensitive subject, and I don't want anyone getting a bit. What's the term I'm looking for? Objectified, could it be? But the thing is, though, in my own defense, real world, it is just writing. So it doesn't appeal to this world. This is just creative influence upon something that does not exist. So we shouldn't really need to add a massive complaint at it. Okay. Oh, this is what you need to announce. I completely made a huge change to the world. There is no more elves, no more dwarfs, no more dragonkind, no more merfolk, no more fae. I have completely wound back on that and I have changed them. I am developing races of my own. And on this year, as it's in species, there's a bunch of names which may make sense. And those are the new races. And because I've got time and a little bit of a drink, I will happily sit here and explain them. So, I think I've given enough about those, so that I will just slide aside and we'll press on. The first one on the top of the list is called the Clifontra. These guys are what's going to be replacing our fellow dwarfs. These guys are bipedal, up to 9 foot elephants, bipedal elephants, strong as hell, muscular as hell, super resilient to heat and blunt trauma. Really good at fighting because they're all just massive tanks, like running tanks. They've got trunks, they've got horns and stuff like that. It made sense for me because elephants have a natural resistance to heat because a lot of elephants could be in deserts. So that made sense for me because not deserts, like hot climates, extremely hot climates. So that made sense to me that these guys are the ones with the hammers that forge anything that's metal. So these are the new dwarfs. And I've loved every bit about this ever since I came up with it. Coming up with the names, that was a bastard to do. I will admit. Having to come up with Clefanthra. The Hrakin. Oh, the Hrakin. Right, where is my backpack? Let me see if I can just quickly find my sketchbook. Because I actually do have a sketch. Oh, right here in front of my feet. The Hrakin are the ones that are going to be replacing the elves. So, this may not work, but let me get this to work properly. This is the Hrakin. They are bipedal goats, obviously vegetarians. And it got me thinking, because we barely see something like this. The last time I saw a design in something fantasy like this, correct me if I'm wrong, but that did it well, was Narnia. No one's done it like that since. But the differences between Narnia and my Hrakin are they are all goat, not human mix. That makes sense. Like, it's a very terrible drawing, but it was a basic start to what I was planning. And you know what? It just made sense. Like, I just looked at it, it's like, you know what? Yes, that is what I'm going for. So, the Hrakin are the ones that stay in Rywald, to the very west of Avenor, way past Emmen, but it's north of the Triton Sea. Goats have the incredible ability to stand on a ledge that's almost 90 degrees. Obviously not 90 degrees, but anything that's like a degree off. It's incredible. They're lightweight and stuff, very maneuverable. And I was thinking as I was brainstorming this idea, imagine those traits and abilities in a forest that they have nurtured and kept maintained themselves. They know every bit of that land. They know the hunting grounds for like other people. They know where they can set traps. They know where every single herb and tree is by design. So for those guys to pass through like that because of their very versatile legs and their jumping and the ability to stand at an 89-degree angle, I couldn't fault the idea. I just couldn't. I could not fault the idea. So the Hrakin are the new elves, bipedal goat people, and I've loved it ever since. The Itera. Oh, this one. This took me ages to find the right name that just clicked. And for this one, the Itera are the Fae. They are the Fae completely. So there's no fairies in this whatsoever. Because the design of the Itera, the Fae for this instance, are insectoids. So they look like bug people. Like they've got the pincers, they've got the eyes, they've got the wings, they've got like the multi-limbs, all of it. I really want to make a graceful twist to how the bugs can become very elegant and beautiful. But when calamity happens, that's when it turns into its own nightmare. Honestly, the idea has just stuck to me because I've been wanting to do some kind of like messy, twisted insectoid form for when the Fae go through the calamity. So for this, for them to actually be insects, it's been in the plan for a while. It was just the name I was struggling with. And I think that's all I can say about those guys. The Schulda. I better put this back 2 seconds. There we go. Completely forgot about that. Schulda. The Schulda are the merfolk. They're not going to be like your average, like bipedal swimming fish humanoids. They're going to be a bit different than that. They're not going to be mermaids. I'm wanting to research into amphibious species that do really well under the sea, but just as well on land. It's a bit like, turtles. They're really good on both sides. They're really good at breathing the air and they're really good swimmers. So that might be an example of a subspecies. So it's like Shulda is just the whole thing when there's multiple subspecies of them because there could be so many of them. So that is part of the road I would like to go down for the shoulder. Bipedal or quadrupedal animal, no, not animal, ocean life that will just nurture the sea, make it as good as they can, and also assist with all the other races with their fishing, as they always were going to anyway. Designs, I have no idea. Purpose, I know that one. I just haven't written it down yet. Because again, I have so much I need to write. The Thornak. Thornaks are a little play on a creature we have in our realm, our own world, called Thorny Devils. They are small lizards that live in deserts. So their resistance to heat is greater than elephants, the Clephantres. So these guys would be inside the mountain of Unzara, probably getting closer and closer to our core of Avenor, getting hotter and hotter and hotter as they're mining the minerals away and then sending it back up. They are the new dragon kind. So it's almost the same, but they're not dragons. They don't breathe fire, nothing like that. All of these races do not have a magical ability. They just have their normal, ordinary biology and their features that link to that biology. That is it. Like heat resistance, the way they can just step on a 90-degree angle. The other race can breathe underwater and our air. It's all about having those natural biological traits that, like, to a kid, it could seem magical. Because that's the illusion. That's the illusion I want to grant. It seems magical, but it's just biology. And then the liquid arcana, the Fey Pyra, comes into it, then the magic appears. That's how I've been trying to do this for ages. Trying to find the right ways that the races all have the same advantage, but also have their own same flaws. So, yeah, not all of them have like a bigger skeleton or breathe underwater or other stuff, but they all have their traits and flaws. So one can breathe both airs, but the other side of it, it's only for a limited amount of time. That's for the shoulder. For, let's say, Thornak, they cannot go into sub-temperature zones because their bodies would go into shock. They are used to being underground in the heat. They cannot go anywhere that is a lot colder than that. They can go probably about 10 or 20 degrees colder, but not all the way past that. Because again, that's a state of shock, because their bodies are not attuned to it. Clephantra, they are big, they are strong, they are versatile with their weapons, and they are great at forging, but they are slow. They are a big target. They are not the fastest. So each thing has its flaw. The Atera, they are insects, so fire can scare them really easily because their wings, they're very thin. They're not very strong, but they are tall. But they're fast. They can fly. They understand plant life and forests and fauna, unlike any other of the species, because their realm is not the same as Avenor. The Penmore Vale breaks all laws and physics. So having it that they understand all this better, they can fly, they are faster, they have more knowledge, comparing to they are fragile, they are weaker, and stuff like that. It all just links into themselves that they all have a trait, but they all have a flaw at the same time. And it all just works beautifully. Then I do have the Liquid Arcana here that we do need to write about, which I will get to that. And then maybe a subcategory on this page that may mention Lathruan, but I haven't decided. That might just become to a myth or just a god deity page. Again, I have not decided. And then obviously, as I linked into the voice acting story I did for my Avenor lore video, the Pentagram Protectors, this is where we'll actually have information on them, who they are, what they trade in for their enhanced skill in using the Liquid Arcana, all that kind of stuff. This is where the information will actually be here. And you know what? I cannot wait for it. It is going to be absolutely amazing. And then obviously I've got the different countries, because they're all ish connected on the same land. But I'm just classing it as that at the moment. But yeah, we've got the human state of Emin, we've got the last light of Rywald, we have the mountain of Unzara, we have the Penmore Vale, and then finally we have the Triton Sea. Only one thing bothers me about the Triton Sea, because all the other places can have sub villages around the land. Like the Penmore Vale, that's just a whole new plane. They could do whatever they want with that. But Emin, Rywald, and Unzara, they can have little coves underneath. Like humans will just take the clear grassland or sandy parts, like near the coasts. That's easy for them. Rywald will probably inhabit a lot of forest areas and stuff like that. And then Unzara could inhabit loads of like little caves around that they've dug up for like sanctuaries and stuff like that. So they're not going to be short of places to live and stay, even if it's temporary. My problem is the Triton Sea, because I've technically named the whole country as just one massive location. So my own question to myself is, do I have the Triton Sea as just one place, or do I spread little alcoves around that aren't named? They're like, how do I name this? They're like inns, but underwater. Like they're just mini pockets of air that don't go out, because there'll be a kind of natural formation to allow oxygen to pass in and then the exhales to go out without disturbing the height level of the water. How that's going to work, I need to do a bit of geography research for this one. But that could work. But what do I call them? This is the whole thing about the world building thing, is a huge pain process. Hands up. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I having fun doing it? Hell yeah. Oh my god, I am so rude. Also to everyone, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. And I hope you all had a lovely Christmas with your family. Hope you had many good presents, not many painstaking hours at work like I did. But happy to New Year, everyone. 20. We made it. And another announcement, I've only got 3 days until I've officially done drawing in a year. 3 days. And I remember when I started this sketchbook, and it feels like yesterday. And I've only got like 5 or 6 pages left of this scrapbook. I know as soon as I'm done with that, no names will be in this sketchbook. I will be writing my own personal summary in the end of the sketchbook to myself of how I think I did. And it's a brutal, honest review of myself. But I keep it. I get to look back and read upon it. And I do want to do one thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to have to see if I can get like a different colored marker, like a silver one, and put numbers on these. So this will be number 1, obviously, because this is when I started. And then as they go along, just keep the numbers coming. And let's see how far I get. Oh, this is such a... I don't know why I torture myself with this stuff. I really don't. But I am a creative person. It is my curse to always wanted to be making something. And with this, I'm never going to stop making things. And that world building is such a great hobby. 52 minutes and no one's appeared. Well, it was worth a shot. Why not? But anyway, so much for watching. I probably bored everyone to freaking death on this one. Hey ho, I had fun. Happy New Year, everyone. I'll see you on the next page.